Welcome back to Parenting Roadmaps, a video series providing parents with short weekly videos designed to guide you along the journey of childhood development. I know parenting is in the title, but anyone who spends time with preschoolers, grandparents, caregivers, maybe you've just started working with preschoolers. This series is for you too, and I hope you feel welcomed. Today's topic, fine motor skills. To get us all on the same page, where do fine motor skills fit into the big picture of child development? We have our 4 domains of childhood development: the cognitive domain, the physical domain, the speech and language domain, and the social and emotional domain. So, fine motor skills fall under the physical domain, as do gross motor skills. Gross motor skills focus on the large body movements. Fine motor skills focus on the small, more precise and controlled motor movements. As we will learn today, these movements are small, but they are mighty. Early in our discussions, we started with core muscles, moved out to the larger muscles controlling gross motor skills, and now we're at the end where our smaller muscles hang out. Most often, like I'm going to do today, when people talk about fine motor skills, they focus on the fingers, the hands, and the wrists. However, I want to make sure you know that smaller muscles requiring fine motor skill are also in your face, including your eyes, your mouth, and your tongue, as well as your feet and your toes. Hopefully by now, you're starting to see how interdependent gross and fine motor skills are. Fine motor skills rely on the strength and stability of gross motor skills. This can sometimes get folks thinking that fine motor skills start to develop after gross motor skills, but that's not the case. Early in life, babies grasp toys in their hands, demonstrating the early beginnings of fine motor movement. When comparing gross and fine motor skills, what you typically see is gross motor skills develop faster. Kids are going to have leg and arm movements figured out before they've fine-tuned the muscle movements in their hands and fingers. As with gross motor movements, fine motor movements require a variety of skills working together. Abilities like muscle strength and control, dexterity, eye-hand coordination, just to name a few. The main point here is this: if a child is showing signs of motor delay, it's important to remember that many things go into the pot making up fine motor skills, thinking all the way back to core muscle strength. Because of this, most often you're going to need to work with an occupational or physical therapist to determine what may be the cause for a delay in development. As you learn more about fine motor skills, you are likely to find that academic skills requiring fine motor movement, like writing or cutting, get a lot of the focus and discussion of fine motor development. However, fine motor movements are a part of just about everything we do. Think about all that your preschooler does during play: stacking, gathering, spinning, pouring, picking up and putting down. These activities for the hands and fingers are endless. And the same is true for self-care, learning to brush your teeth and your hair, using utensils to eat, getting dressed with zippers, buttons, clasps, and of course tying your shoes. As you can see, motor skills are used throughout each and every day. And all of this leads to my big picture parenting roadmaps thought for the day. Let's be honest, some of these fine motor tasks, it's hard to watch your child do these tasks because it's hard for them. Like tying your shoe. We could do it with our eyes closed, but to a 5-year-old, it's not easy. And if we're being honest, it would be so much easier and faster if we could do it for them. But here's the thing. On this journey you're traveling with your child, our hope is that when the journey ends, when your child becomes an adult, they move out into the world as a confident, independent person. These fine motor skills that your preschooler will spend hours and hours working on, from building tall towers to tying shoelaces. When these tasks are mastered, these moments are the first small steps to building their sense of confidence and independence. Now, it's a balance between doing everything for your child and then leaving them to hopelessly struggle trying to do a task alone. And then you have another factor of managing the different personality of each child. But as a parent, remember to master these skills requires practice, and your child is going to need a lot of practice with your guiding support. Unlike walking or running, your preschooler will be old enough to understand that they are working really hard at some of these skills, and they will feel very proud of themselves when they finally achieve success. So do what you can to help them by giving them time to practice, encouragement to try, and help when needed. I promise you, they will feel so mighty when they succeed. Thank you for watching. I hope you found value in this video and would consider giving it a thumbs up down below. Tune in next week when we build on our fine motor discussion and take a closer look at Play-Doh to demonstrate how easy and fun it can be to work on these fine motor skills. Have a great week, and as always, remember to enjoy the journey.